Welcome back to Books on Tap. We returned finally for day 3, 4, and 5 of Wind and Truth.
Yo,
How you doing, boys?
good. The book is good.
Oh,
Yes.
getting right into it. Merry Christmas, everybody. It is not Christmas.
December
Ah,
29th,
December 20th.
2020.
Did you say 2021? Dude, I wish it was 2021.
No.
Or do I? Maybe not. I don't remember what was happening in 2021.
Like Omicron, COVID
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. Well, we're
I'm
back.
done with that.
We're back with more Wind and Truth. Here we go.
The
I'm
fifth
so
book,
excited to keep
the
going.
Stormlight Archive.
We're halfway through.
The final Stormlight Archive book for the next decade.
Nah, I don't think it's gonna take that long. He said it's gonna be like 8 years, I think. 7, 8 years. But I feel like it's not
That's
gonna
almost a
happen.
decade.
That's long.
It's closer
Yeah.
to a decade than not a decade. Fair.
Yeah.
um
And also, like,
don't get pedantic about it.
I'm guessing for projecting out 7, 8 years, like, something's going to happen between there and now and then. That's going to delay you.
You think
When
it's
does
gonna
anyone?
delay? I think it's gonna go.
Probably.
I think it's gonna come sooner. Everyone's gonna be like, Brandon, give us our book, please.
Yeah.
But the Ghost Blood series.
Another 4 reports.
The Ghost Blood series will be good. Oh, and I can tell you guys right now, my mic is working this time.
Nice. Nice.
Good.
Ooh, mic working,
Good.
lovely.
Good.
I think it's working. I did check this time.
Okay.
Pro broadcaster.
Bro. There's a Ghost Blood series?
That's the next Mistborn series that's gonna come out. It's called the Ghost Blood series.
Oh.
I think it's gonna be like 80s/90s, like spy stuff probably with the Ghost Bloods.
Cool. That's a cool time period.
Yeah, and then because there's gonna be 4 total Mistborn eras.
Right.
All right, so for this podcast, we're chatting Wind and Truth. We're talking full Cosmere spoilers. We haven't read Elantris. That's about it. Other than that, it's full Cosmere awareness.
Day
Up
3 to
until
5.
day 5. Up until day 5. We're not going past day 5. Or technically,
Yeah.
we're doing the interludes after day 5. But
Yes.
that's it. That's it. Then we're good. So yeah, how have you guys been feeling about the book?
General impressions of 3 to 5.
General impressions of 3 to 5. You could split up your impressions into each part if you'd like as well.
That's probably easier to think about.
Yeah. I'll start with part 3 first. Part 3
go ahead.
was I love the Adeline bits. The Adeline bits are so good. And the Zeth background is so well written. I love it. And dude, the Seth background stuff is just like, oh my god, cry inducing, so sad.
Yeah.
I love the Adeline Yanagawan relationship. Yanagawan, that one's really good. Man, reading through day 3, I'm like, where the fuck, what happened to Dalinar? What the hell? I didn't notice at the beginning that because it tells you whose perspective you're getting. So for day 3, you only get Adeline, Zeph, and Kaladin. So it's like left on such a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I like that. I like that use of space.
Yeah, and then I love how it's like what's it called? It's totally like in world recognized because they basically just lost a day floating around in the God realm, which makes sense too. So I appreciated that. Man, it's been a while. So I read this all a lot sooner than they did. So I've been sitting on this for a while. A lot happened in day 5. What happened in day 4?
On day 4 was when we got the first spiritual realm stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yes.
So they witnessed the humans coming to Roshar. Shallan, Relaine, and Renarin started forming a plan to catch the Ghost Bloods in the spiritual realm. So that was that plot. Seth and Kaladin went to. They're in the middle of the monastery saga right now. So
Yes, yeah. They've
So that's kind of
Seth and
three
Calvin have
latter.
kind of been doing the same thing the whole time so far.
Yeah, it's been a lot of just Seth catching up on Seth's background and Kaladin doing some minor therapy work, kind of, and
Yes, yeah.
fighting the
Seth and
honor bears.
yeah, the honor bearers showed up. He fought them, and then I think where we left off with Zeph and Kaladin is they are, or like didn't Ishar? No, Nail just showed up
And
with the fucking what's it called? Spren with the not wind Spren. It's on
the high
no
friend.
high Spren. Yeah, with Zeph's high Spren is just reinforcements just showed up, which was cliffhanger there.
That happened in part 4.
That was in part 5.
That's where we left off at the end of
Yeah.
end of day
Yeah,
5.
yeah, right. Right.
It's wild.
And Adeline part 3, I think they had the first attack. Was
Yeah,
it
they
the
first attack
Yeah.
and they went with the Azir strategy of general,
Yeah,
and it didn't work.
quickly went to Cal. The
So they switched to Adelin's.
Adelin's.
Mhm.
The second one's where he takes his like first sleep,
Yeah.
and
Adeline's so fucking. Adeline's just too good, man. He's too
Adeline
good.
is literally like the most wholesome person ever to ever exist.
Like, there's
Almost
no
too much.
way.
It's almost too good, too nice. You know,
Yeah.
it's like he doesn't have enough flaws.
it's true. Well, he did kill Sidious.
Yeah, that's his one thing.
Yeah.
He just killed someone.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
everyone agrees with that.
Everyone agreed that Sadius literally got 6,000 people killed
That's
in a
true.
battle on
Yeah.
purpose.
Sorry, I totally hijacked that. What is your guys' impressions been of day 3, 4, or 5, and or 5? Let's put it up, mix it up.
Yeah, I agree with it. I love Adeline's parts. I love Seth's parts. Kaladin feels kind of like a side character at this point, but I don't know. He's doing some stuff. I'm curious to see what the relationship with Syl, how that develops. And like Syl is. I know Syl is a character in Day 6 as a narrator.
Oh
So
shit! I didn't notice that.
interested to see that.
Oh,
Oh, it
Um,
is. So it is. Sylphrena is a character in day 6. Oh, interesting.
I like a lot of it just feels like we're finally getting the answers that we've been waiting for since book 1.
Do you
With,
feel like that? I feel like we haven't really. Yeah.
Well, at least it's like with the spiritual realm stuff,
Mm-hmm.
we're not getting answers, but we're more just getting like confirmation of the story as we know it so far. So it's like, okay, now we're seeing these events through the eyes of Dalinar and Navani. We're actually like, it's confirmed that this is what happened now. So I remember like the first thing that happens in the first book is that the heralds abandon their blades, and then in like book 3 you find out kind of why that happened, and then now book 5 you see it happening, or we're going to see it happening, which is cool. And then yeah, Seth's backstory is the most interesting part of this for me.
Seth's backstory is the most like emotionally hitting bits for sure.
Yeah, because he has so much turmoil compared to the other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Even compared to Dalinar, who was like the entire fate of the world is on his shoulders, he still feels like the same old Dalinar just doing his duty all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas Seth is like such a broken character, and Kaladin is like so much better, so much less depressed than he has been previously, and same with Shallan. So it's like kind of the main conflicts all center on him.
Mm-hmm. Right now. The back and forth between Kaladin and Zeth, where like it seems like he's getting better, and then he just like regresses immediately, is like, I think it's so well written. Like it's so realistic. I think.
Yeah, it's realistic. I think. I don't know. I guess Kaladin doesn't really know what he's doing,
No.
So that's realistic about it. But it's like, I don't know. It's such an interesting situation where
Mm.
Kaladin's trying his best, but it's not really like he's not really doing anything super significant, and Seth is kind of just so messed up.
It
That
really feels like they've kind of got a duel going on. Like there's a duel going on between Zeth and Kaladin almost in like their ideologies clashing that I think
yeah,
is like it their clash in ideologies I think is really well represented in their dialogue with each other. And like it really feels like they're arguing their best like versions of each other and then like it seems like Zeth's like coalesced to something, but like it was only because of like this certain specific thing, and then he's like he doesn't fully change, and like Zeth, like Calvin like thinks he's changed something in Zeth, and then it's like he wasn't actually changed in that aspect. He was just referring to like something else when he
yeah.
was thinking about it, and like the way that it's all handled, I think is really
Yeah, but they're both coming to
really well
understand each
done.
other
Exactly,
slowly
yeah.
over time.
Yeah, and every time that happens, they're like, "Oh shit, this must have been about like this or like that," you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially with Kaladin's realization that they're not the same person. They're
Oh my
so that's
god, dude,
like this TN situation.
that
Yeah,
I cried at that bit. That was so. Oh
yeah,
man,
Yeah, it's good to see Kaladin growing alongside, not just like preaching to Sazeth. With Sazeth calling him back out, and then Kaladin learning from that.
yeah, it's like Cal, dude, man, that bit where it's like, yeah, Kaladin finally understood. Seth wasn't like him; he was like TN. It was like,
yeah,
But then he
oh
also said
shit.
when he first said that line that like we're like each other, he said that to make Sazeth like say that's not true to make him talk. Like he knew that wasn't true.
that's true. I
Yeah,
remember.
That was a bit odd.
Yeah,
I
But he
think
had this.
it. Yeah.
But I think that like him trying to relate Sazeth in terms of himself.
but I think
Changed.
he knew that Seth didn't believe that they were the same. That was his tactic of getting him to talk. But I think Kaladin was looking for things that were actually similar between them.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was trying to. He was trying. That's how. That was a strategy.
Yeah.
To try to relate each other.
because they aren't the same, but they have similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Man, Zet's duel with the honor bearers was fucking wild.
Yeah.
That was good.
Dude
Those
just
were
gets
good. Those were
pulled
good.
into the it just shades bar and has to fight like that. That was crazy.
Yeah,
It
those
was
were
pretty funny.
both
His
good.
heist friend being useless as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him calling them out, spread out.
Yeah.
And then the high friend just changing from formal dialogue to just being like the sheepish version of himself. Like I did that on purpose. He's like
Yeah.
the high friend's never had a bond before, so he's trying to pretend to be fake it till he makes it.
That's so weird to spread.
That's kind of all of the heist friend.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of all like yeah.
I think more and more we're realizing that Spren are just like they have flaws and have feelings, and they can be traitors and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's basically
theme.
it really hasn't been a theme at all in the previous books.
Yeah.
They've just been embodiments of oaths
Yeah, they've been very one-dimensional.
and guides and very one-dimensional. And some of it was still
I don't know if that's necessarily true. All of last book was about trying to convince the honor spread, and they all had pretty different like
oh yeah, it's
perspectives and
still
stuff.
true. I was more thinking the radiant bonds, like the radiant.
Yeah, that aspect of it has been kind of one dimensional for sure, I'd say, but
Yeah.
I think there's definitely been a lot of hints towards that it's not one dimensional at all, I think. Like even just with Syl and um like how she's trying to evolve into like being her own person separate from Kaladin.
Yeah, this book for sure
That's
is
one,
like
yeah.
that's an emerging theme. But I was just saying that in previous books, the radiant bond spread has more been a representation of how the human person is growing.
True,
Like
true. Yeah, that's definitely
other
true.
representation of their oaths.
Mm.
So um, yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it still. I think it's been the easiest book to be excited about early out of all 5 books because
Yeah.
all coming to a head now. So there's not much more exposition to do. Yeah, people just came. But it's like we already know these characters so well, so you don't really need to set up as much stuff, and we already know what's happening. We have this 10-day deadline, so it's like just from the get go, we're moving. It's fast paced. We don't have two days, 2 parts in the tower anymore.
Yeah, I think the action's been really, really, really great. Adeline's parts have been really great. The war there is insane, and you just feel like everyone, like every scene is just like they're on the brink of failure, and they're gonna fail. It feels like, and it's just like they're just barely holding out. And anytime they gain any traction, they slip, and or like something else happens, like the army gets delayed, or they have a new type of fuse. That's just a boss, and yeah, no, it's been really good. Definitely, Shalon's not been as interesting for me this part.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Or did you think she was interesting in day 1 and 2, or no?
I thought definitely more interesting in those parts. This time, like when she's in, like I don't know, I'm getting a little tired of her and Moray's like story. Like, just do it, man. I don't know. Like it's yeah. I don't know. I'm getting a bit exhausted by it, but I really like Renown.
I've never thought Moraes was an interesting character, and I still don't really.
No, he isn't really. I feel like it's yeah. There's been some reveals with that where it's like he's got his own what's it called? His own like ideas as to what they're doing, separate from Tydekar, aka Kelsier,
Yeah.
um, aka the Keeper of Secrets. Um, so like there's some evolution there, I guess, in Marisa's character, but yeah. I feel like we're gonna come to kind of like a reveal with that, and
You think?
I think we
You
did
think
get some
Moraes?
reveal as to like that they want to hold it as leverage over like they want Badu Mishram as leverage over Odium.
Do you think that's real? Think he's telling the truth about that, or
I think
he's
there's
just
definitely
that big at Shalon?
there's definitely at least some truth to that because we've seen in the Taravangian / Odium what's it called, that um, he is fearful that Badu Mishram becomes Odium. It's like that is something in Odium's mind, that he's worrying that Badu Mishram could take up the mantle.
Yeah.
But wouldn't the humans like be absolutely terrified of that, letting that happen as a possibility?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe Shalon doesn't know that. That's what Odium fears. She just realizes that Odium would have found Mishram at this point if he wanted to. So her assumption is that he doesn't want Odium to fall into the hands of the enemy again. But maybe she doesn't realize that no one should actually want Mishram to be freed because it could replace Odium. So yeah, I don't know. It's definitely one of the least interesting parts, but it's still fine. It's still good.
I like Renard and Relane's relationship is really interesting, and every time they talk, it's like we learn more something new. Learn more about the Cosmere.
Yeah, they've got the kind of cute gay relationship going on there.
Yeah, and they're definitely like out of their element, but they're like making do with things, which is really cool. And then having God attack them was nuts.
Yes,
yeah, that's so funny.
That was so funny. He's like, what the fuck, Moraes is God?
Yeah, it's such a good twist.
Yeah, and Sigsville's been. I think Sigsville's part's been really interesting in the Shattering Plains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Wait,
the least
before we move on to Sig, just on like the what's it called? The spiritual realm stuff. I've actually been I've quite liked all the spiritual realm stuff, I think. Actually, is that true? Some of it's been kind of boring. Some of the background bits, like some of it's been good and like revealing of what's going on, but some of it's been a bit bland. In terms of like where the Dalinar and Navani you're seeing can be a bit. Some of it's a bit
yeah.
wishy
I can.
washy, but
It's
I feel like that's kind of
you know what's happening.
intentional.
I think it's interesting when you have one person's perspective, but when you're in one person's perspective, and then like you're in Dalinar's and Navani's perspective, and you're learning a bunch of lore, and then all of a sudden it gets to like Shalon or Nard, and they're like seeing the other perspective of like the Marays and things. It kind of takes you out of the moment, and then you're not as I don't know. I'm like kind of taken out of the lore. I don't know. I can feel like one or the other is exciting, but when they're both intermingled, it kind of takes me out of one or the other.
I actually like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like it being broken up. I see your point though, but I have to disagree. I think, or like I agree with what you're saying, but I think it's more good that you're getting that kind of break in with it, and that there's like that kind of side stories to like Dalinar and Navani are like walking through like gracefully, kind of not gracefully, but like they're kind of like strolling through all these visions, trying to discover what's going on, and then in the background, Shallan and Mraize are like fucking going at each other with like spy shit in the background, like hiding in the. I think it's a cool like
I think
narrative structure.
it takes me out of the lore. I don't really think that there's any way they could better do it, other than maybe having like chapter separations rather than having it like go back and forth a bit too much. Because I like the idea of both. It's just that I think when I get lore and then I get Shalon, then I'm like, oh, this is just like I don't know. It's like a side like this is a side thing that Dalinar and Navani doing. Like the real thing is like right around them, they're like killing each other, and then they say like you can't get hurt in the spiritual realm, but no one's really like it seems like you can.
Well, you can use the knife, the void light knife.
That's it though. Other than that, you're fine.
Other than that, you're fine.
Is that
You can get pulled
true?
out.
It's not really clear.
Well,
Their
Relaine got
physical
his
bodies are in the
throat slit
spiritual
open.
realm.
Relaine got his throat slit open by Mraize, and he survived. So.
Oh right, yeah, that's true. Eh?
Well, they pulled him out immediately when that happened, and then I guess they healed him. I don't know.
But well, I think
They do
kinda
have
all
Stormlight healing
agents-
powers. They do have Stormlight healing powers.
Yeah. The lore itself is kind of boring because we already know what happened basically. Through all the exposition of all 5 books, we already know the story of the heralds. So it is kind of bland because we're just watching the heralds argue with each other and come to the conclusion that we know they're going to come to.
I like when they're like, though. I like when they're discussing Talon though. That's a good part. Like
That was good.
Yeah,
Because you don't really know Talon's background.
Yeah, there's been some extra stuff added there. Like you're getting a bit more context on. Yeah, I guess we didn't really get too much other than watching the portal arrive and then realizing they had some kind of powers that blew up the old world. But yeah, we still haven't really learned too much, you know?
Mm.
Like extra.
No, we know Odium is basically starting the fuse. He's causing that to happen, and they're making the bond with Honor.
Yeah,
but
it's
then
still a bit confusing what happened with Honor and Odium swapping sides.
Yeah, I guess the humans the humans no longer want to work with Odium because he caused
their world.
destruction on their world,
Mhm.
and Honor somehow helps facilitate that as well. And now he vows not to do that again. So I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of confusing. There's not a lot. There should be a bit more exposition on that, probably.
Yeah, I'm hoping in the next chapter we'll get some of that, or next part.
Yeah, but the point for me is that the lore is kind of boring, but because Dalinar and Navani have a specific mission to get a talisman that gets them to the next event, and Shallan, Rlain, and Renarin have a specific mission to kill the Ghost Bloods. It's kind of cool because everyone is working on different things within the same
Mhm.
context. So I do like that part of it.
Yeah, like 'cause specifically it was cool when it was like Dalinar and Navani are trying to get the thing, and then like Shallan is like trying like fucking with it basically by like almost breaking the vision.
Yeah.
Um,
And they exposing themselves to the gods. That's like a side thing they don't want to happen.
yeah,
And I also like how they're like manipulating the scene, like Renarin getting fed the script from Gliss.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then they're like,
that's
okay,
been
now we know that people who break the script are in place here. And then Dalinar and Navani like using language to get information from the heralds. And then like Dalinar's like, remind me what happened again? And they're like, how did you forget so easily? This is what happened.
yeah. It's been good. I think those parts have been pretty solid.
And then Gav just being there.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
why is
Gavin-
everyone so sad? Can we play Chasm Fiends instead? And then everyone's like,
It's like
Sprint.
what the fuck?
I don't just tell Gav to go like sit in the corner and stop. Like that's like she did like in the middle of the spread and then he starts talking.
Yeah, the whole Gavnor being in there thing, it feels like he has to be there for some fucking plot purpose later.
Yeah, but it's really weird that he's
Is
there.
Gavnor gonna be the champion? Little baby Gavnor.
I definitely haven't gotten the sense of danger at all yet. That with the spiritual realm, other than
No.
like they could have gotten trapped if they didn't like clue. Like it seems like you get caught in this like perfect world, perfect situation where like a lot of people, if they had no strong purpose, would just be there indefinitely, and then you'd be stuck forever. But if you have a purpose strong enough, then you're just like, nah, man.
Yeah.
And then and then you're like, just like a different world with your same powers. But I guess they got obviously getting out is probably gonna be tough. But they're chilling, man.
Yeah, they're chilling. They're chilling pretty hard.
Yeah, they have, like,
Do you think Dalinar is gonna get out in time?
That would be so lame. That's how they lost. Yeah, he will. He
Yeah,
will.
I think he will too. Oh, really? Maybe he won't. I don't know.
I think the contest is gonna happen one way or another. It's just might happen in a weird way. But
Mhm.
I don't the formless stuff with Shallan
Mm.
isn't that interesting to me. I don't know what you guys think, but I just feel like it's just like it's not really a threat.
no, it was so expected. They're like,
Yeah.
you could face anything in spiritual realm. Like your worst fears could happen or something, and then of course, it's just, oh my god! It's just like actually, it's okay. Like okay.
Yeah, he's having a panic attack about it. About having to kill Mraize, basically. Yeah, it's there. I'm not it's not amazing, but I don't dislike it, you know.
Yeah, well, it makes sense for Shallan's characters, especially from Rhythm of War.
Yeah.
I just didn't. That wasn't one of my favorite from Rhythm of War, which was the multiple personality stuff with Shallan. And it's not nearly as intense as it was.
Yeah.
So Shallan is a lot cooler, a lot more interesting of a character to me now. But that part of it is just it's all right. So yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Well, we jumped around. We covered a lot there, but I guess
Most of the shades Marcel. Anything else? Dalinar, Shallan, Navani. How do you guys feel about Navani in there? She's kind of a side character in this one. So
yeah,
far.
just side character. I like her in there.
Yeah, I agree. I wish we got more Navani bits, or like I wish she was more integral so far to the plot. She was so good.
Yeah,
before. Navani
it's
was
very
like,
satisfying having someone who's like incredibly intelligent who's gonna probably put this information to use.
yeah, that's
And-
true.
Like having Jasna or her is like really good for that.
Yeah. Yeah, part of it's like, damn, wish Jasna was here.
Yeah, Jasna would be so powerful in this situation.
Yeah, exactly.
If she knew she could access the spiritual, like she should just, yeah, she's already OP, but if she could access the spiritual one, and it's as easy as it looks like it is, you just hop around in like hours or like seconds.
Yeah,
She could
so
be
much knowledge.
so much knowledge.
Huge brain.
Yeah. And you have like Wit seeing the future and her seeing the past, and you're just
Oh, speaking of Wit, that bit when Wit showed up at the portal was so good.
Yeah,
I love
that was
that.
good.
Wit's like, I'm too smart, and I'm self-aware that I'm not actually me, and like,
Yeah, she's like,
and
this
then he
is the
starts
vision. I'm gonna die.
melting. Like,
Yeah,
oh man, that was so good. I love that bit so much.
that was incredible.
Yeah.
I definitely when they saw Wit, I was like, oh, he's gonna be so integral to
Yeah.
their mission. Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
All right. We only go to the Azimir or Azir. What's it called?
Casimir.
What's the country called? Azimir?
Yeah.
Casimir.
The
Yeah,
city's
yeah.
called that, isn't it?
Not too much has happened there other than like the Adel and Yanagon stuff, and it's just been cool battle
Adeline being a
stuff.
bro.
Yeah,
The bro
Adeline
award.
being
Adeline.
Adeline being the biggest bro of all time.
I really like.
Okay, like, do you guys think Adeline is gonna live to the end of this? I'm not sure.
He is placed so perfectly to die in this book.
Yeah, like he's. It seems like it's gonna happen, but I think maybe not. I was talking about this with Rylan before while you were gone before the show a bit, and I think Adeline is gonna become a surge binder without a radiant bond.
Yeah. Everything's pointing to that.
Yeah, that's my prediction there. It seems like that's because like they're introducing that as a concept. We're like, oh, in the past there were like surge binders that didn't need radiant bonds, and
Yeah.
Adeline's going on and on about how he fucking hates oaths and on and shit. And so it's like, okay, maybe
Yeah,
you're
which
gonna
is
become
crazy.
a...
So Adeline might become like the most OP character because
Exactly, yeah. He
I
might
am
be
like, I'll give you
bound.
fifth ideal powers without actually making you swear any ideals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because like apparent like it's been hinted at that the reason that the radiant oaths were put in place was to like safeguard the surge bindings so that you wouldn't fuck everything up.
But it could work in their favor because Adeline is such a bro that there's one guy that you'd want to give.
Yeah. So who's making that
Unlimited powers.
decision? Who's making that decision to give him the powers?
Uh,
Like, sorry, there's that rule put in place that you can't have powers unless there's a radiant spread.
probably a remnant of honor's power. Like a remnant of honors, like
Because honor originally did that.
yeah.
Yeah, so I guess
put in
honor.
place. But like because honor's not even around anymore, like if you figure out how to circumvent that, you probably can, right? Like you know how like in Mistborn they can just eat the Lerasium and become fucking full Mistborns.
That makes me think that he's gonna be the champion, but it's got to be Sazeth, man, because he's fought in every single surge binder, so he knows all of them, and he learned all of them.
But unless it's not a battle of
What if
it's not an actual fight?
What if he becomes non-radiant surge binder, Sazeth, because he gives up his ideals?
Dude, what if it's Adeline versus Zeth? What if Adeline because Adeline he's been succumbing to his emotions a lot in this book so far.
Yeah, it's just Ryland's theory that he might go to Odium's side.
Like he has been. He like it is actually maybe leaning towards Adeline becoming Odium's champion.
I didn't think he would have no chance. He's a complete noob, man. There's no way. He sucks compared to Sazeth. He doesn't know how to do any of the radiant powers.
That's why Zeth will win.
Yes, that's gonna destroy whoever he faces because he knows all the different.
Like I think
We haven't seen Adeline use any surges yet.
Yeah, so if he does, he has to learn them, which is gonna take years.
yeah. But
You know
what
what I
if
mean?
he's
It has
like
to be like
what if he's like level 5 for all of them? Like just
you don't just
OP.
acquire them; you have to practice them.
No, but
So that's the thing.
that's only because of honors. Maybe that's why they locked the surges behind the spren, so you have like to progress through all these oaths and learn it properly.
No, I'm
And
saying if they're all level 5, if he was level 5 immediately in all of them, it wouldn't matter though because he doesn't know how to use them effectively. Like he doesn't know how to use surges effectively. And even if you had level 5,
yeah,
great.
he wouldn't know how to use them effectively. He'd just fucking blow shit up accidentally.
Yeah, but
That's
versus
that's
Death
probably
Man,
what
he knows.
happened. That's probably what happened on Braze, right? or on not Braze, the planet they came from. Like
Yeah.
they
After.
fucked up with they fucked around with division and fucking blew the whole world up. Like
Yeah,
because
I believe
because
that could
they
happen,
didn't
but I'm just
learn.
saying in a duel with Zeth, there's no chance.
Well, it would be a good, interesting fight because he would be so powerful in theory. He'd be blowing shit up everywhere, and Seth would be so skilled,
Yeah.
but he'd have not the same level of power because he'd only have two surges at the fourth idea instead of all the surges. Okay, we're just assuming
Yeah, if he doesn't
have all the surges,
if he doesn't
Yeah.
get all the surges by the end of the book by
like collecting all the honor blades.
collecting all the honor blades or letting go of his honor sprint and becoming what Adeline becomes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because that's what he's heading towards.
he has all the what's going to happen with all the honor blades?
Yeah,
that he
I've
has?
just been thinking about that. I think Nightblood's gonna get fucking upgraded or something.
All the
Once
honor blades?
blades. Like Nightblade's gonna eat all the honor blades.
Hey, he's been talking to them every time.
Right,
Exactly.
like
Like that's gotta be a plot point. There's something going on with Nightblood and the honor blades, and like that he's gonna become like he's been trying to learn how to do this. Like let Seth use all the surges through him, but I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. But something's gonna happen. Maybe Nightblood will eat all the honor blades. I think that's the
I
most
don't
likely.
know. So many options.
Yeah.
I can't see Adeline going to Odium's side though because it would just be such a bad. It would be such a bad ending for Adeline that doesn't make sense. Like I don't think like by letting him go to Odium's side, it would just completely end his own philosophy and like invalidate his entire way of life. Basically saying that you can be a good person without swearing oaths. You can change and you can make promises and you can do what you think is right, but you don't have to make an oath to do it. That's his philosophy. And I think that's valid philosophy. If he went to Odium and became Odium's champion and fought for evil, it would just be like what's the point of even having Adeline as a character? So
I do fully agree with that. Yeah. I mean I can't disagree with that. That is super true. Yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna happen there.
I think it makes it interesting when the evil like Thanos or Odium, is perceived as like logical and like you can get behind their logic. So like that's why we make it interesting if Adeline to go to their side with like good logic again, get taken away like in the last kind of thing. But
Yeah, because he is.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but
I don't think it's gonna happen. But I think the seeds have been placed there, like with Adeline being really angry at Dalinar for everything he did.
yeah.
It would show
already
that
given
Dalinar's like
someone.
background has consequences in the future. Like Dalinar's like right now, Dalinar has had no consequences for being the Blackthorn. This would be a consequence that follows him, even though he's grown.
pretty heavy-handed with like the Adeline versus Dalinar philosophies. Like at one point, Dalinar's like,
Yeah.
"But I made an oath. I've made mistakes. I've done bad things. But if I made an oath, if I broke my oath, I would be nothing." Or something like that. He says that like internally, and I'm like, "Okay, Dalinar, we get it, bro."
Yeah.
Like
They are it's like coming at such different places.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it is really weird that like the end of the world is happening and they didn't even talk. You know what I mean? Like that was the app for a reason.
it's set up to have like the good ending, which is that Adeline becomes the champion for Dalinar, or somehow in some way it helps Dalinar and they like reconcile their differences and work together to defeat the common enemy. Or Adeline goes to the dark side. And that is the sad ending.
And it seems like they set it up more for the sad ending because like just not having any conversation and like things getting almost worse when like they know the end is coming and he goes to Azimir, which he never knows. There's no way he can have faith that he's gonna return in 5 days.
Yeah.
Like that's I think there's definitely something there, man. But Adeline will go against Dalinar. But that's sad. They would have just chatted out for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Because the thing that gets me is like Odium is like of anger and like emotion, and Adeline has been lashing out this book. Anytime someone brings up Dalinar or honor or like anytime someone brings up honor and oaths, Adeline like he got fucking pissed like when Yanagon mentioned it, like really mad. Like fuck off. It's like, and so like the
Yeah.
fact that he's acting so emotionally whenever it comes up is making me lean towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like valid anger though.
It is, but it is absolutely valid anger. But just it being anger, I think, makes him lean more toward like as he becomes more like that, he's more under the influence of Odium's power in general.
Yeah, who's the most emotional person?
I don't know, Seth and Kaladin
Yeah, they are very come on, they're all very emotional people. Come on.
They've got different
Crazy.
kinds of emotion though. Like it's like Odium is like anger and I think he's mostly anger.
Yeah, I don't think Howard really fits that mold.
Anger and passion. Anger and passion, I think, is like the Odium.
Yeah, Sazeth or Adeline, I guess, are the two people that would make the most sense.
I don't think Seth makes sense at all.
That's kind of just resigned
Seth is very like
and tortured.
reserved. Yeah, I think he's like the exact opposite of Odium, actually.
Yeah, and Shalon is
Yeah, I guess you're right. He's
Shalon's also just tortured
apathetic.
by her past.
So it's got to be Adeline then. If someone goes to the dark side, it's got to be Adeline.
Like, yeah, Adeline is unless it's like L or something.
Yeah, I mean it's totally set up for something devastating.
That's so sad because Adeline is like
character.
being the biggest bro right now.
Exactly. That's why, because it's like
Yeah,
you make Adeline like
the most goated guy that
the most
everyone loves.
goated. And then either he dies and it's so sad because he's so goaded, or he goes to the dark side and it's so sad because he's so goaded.
Yeah.
So it's like
Dude,
we'll
and
see.
then it would also like the visions that of like the Blackthorn becoming the champion. It's like kind of still true because it's the Blackthorn's son that becomes the champion, and then it's like
Yeah, black shard plate with red eyes. There's no actual like descriptor of that person being Dalinar specifically. Just says
I mean,
everyone
it
just
does say
assumes
the
it's him.
Blackthorn. Yeah,
It does say it's him, but always when they describe him, it's always just a black shard plate with red eyes.
dude,
Which
it
could
can't.
easily
I'd be
be
so sad if it's Adeline. I can't believe we're like this is the theory that's happening right now.
Well, I suggested it to Kieran. Kieran shut it down immediately.
I think my defense is still very valid.
It's still very valid defense. I agree.
But
He also cares about
I
humankind
could see it happening.
more than anyone.
I mean, if anyone can pull it off, it would be Brando making it.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah. But yeah, and Asimir's been kind of cool. Yeah, they've been fighting, doing some fighting things. Adeline's being the goat.
yeah, just really cool tactical writing, like tactical discussion.
Mhm.
The forces coming from Shadesmar and they're building this like base bigger and wider, and they're changing their tactics. And Adeline's relationship with the general is really cool, where they started off as enemies, and then Adeline realized his mistake of questioning him in front of Yanagon and why he's like insulting him unintentionally, and they've kind of reconciled the differences, and now they're just bros, and they have like all this like chess related battle tactic discussion.
I like the chess related.
Yeah, that's been really good.
They're gonna go for the this weird technique where they're gonna take the shards.
And then everyone's like, "Huh?" And then he's like, it's just when you put one card like this in the game and you do that,
Yeah.
it means this in real life."
They're gonna get destroyed real quick, man. There's no way. Every time something crazy's happened by the other team, opposing team, they predicted it. They're like, oh, they're gonna like lay off for an extra few hours and then go full force. And they did that, and they're gonna go for the shards. Next scene, they go for the shards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's gotta be something way more unpredictable.
Something that happens that they can't predict.
But it's been really cool. It's been like really dramatic every time.
Yeah, I love when they focus on the shard bearer. They're going to focus on the shard bearer, and Adeline's convinced that it's going to be him.
Yeah,
he's ready.
Mm.
The enemy played it really well, and they made it seem like it was for Adeline, but they doubled their forces on the other guy, and then Adeline had to run through fortification.
Yeah, dude, that was so epic, dude. And something's up with that guy, the white-haired dude.
Oh, like the dude who's like Kamakal or whatever, who serves him.
I thought he was gonna backstab him right there. I thought he was gonna like kill him.
No,
like try to kill him.
He's some kind of weird. He's some kind of off-holer or something. Maybe he's a fucking conjurer or something.
He's type 2 invested. for sure.
Yeah, he's type 2 invested for sure.
He has type 2 fun.
I think he's more, he may be more type 1. I think is type 2, because Vasher's really fucking it. Oh, and Vasher, dude. Vasher's
Getting
that
tortured.
whole dude. Do you remember? Because we keep getting all these things from Axis the Collector and all these fucking books, and it's been like, who the hell is this guy, bro?
Who was that guy?
In all of these books, it's like, and now it's finally coming to something. He's got Vasher and Azimir.
Yeah.
Is it Axios the Collector who has him?
Yeah, Axis the Collector is the one who's got
That
Vasher
was
trapped.
Winder. Is that the same person?
Who?
It's Ash Winder.
Isn't it
Ashwinder.
Ax-
Where was
no, it's-
which interlude was it in?
The one we just right at the end after day 5.
All right, let me find it real quick.
Axindweth.
Exindweth is what's his face? I'm pretty sure.
Is it Axios?
Yeah, Axes the Collector, Axindweth.
Okay, I know.
Oh, I know. They sound so like that. No need to do that.
fair.
Come on, man.
Shalash?
Here, let me look it up really quick. I'm pretty sure.
Where do we get the first one? That's been after part.
Axios?
Yeah.
Who's after part 3?
Oh wait, maybe not. Maybe they're not the same
We've-
person.
I've heard of Axwindeth before. Who is Axwindeth?
Oh shit! Oh wait, let me. Before I can't look at this. There's spoilers for what's it called now? For
Elantris?
Truth on the Coppermind wiki. Is there a way for me to like access this without?
There is, but
Go to the time machine. Time machine. Before Wind and Truth. All right, and then Axindweth. All right.
Axel.
As a member of King Gavinar Colin's retinue involved with his dealings with the forces of Odium, she meets with Venley and gives her a gemstone that contains Ulam. Oh.
So not the same.
Apparently she's likely a terrace woman from because of the large okay, this is some like reading between the lines here. But
Yeah.
apparently she's likely a terrace woman and a ferrochemist, and she wears a large number of rings that serve as metal mines. I don't know if that's true. That's stretching a bit, I think, but
Okay, so we do know that she gave Ulam to Fenley.
yeah. Wait, so she's trapped there by Axindweth. Axindweth.
She
That's
wants
so
she
weird.
wants the breath, which just makes sense. It's just pure investiture.
Yeah. So something weird's going on there.
Yeah, what we don't even still Axies the Collectors. We don't know what's happening.
Didn't we get another chapter with Axes as well somewhere in
Yeah.
here?
Well, but still.
When he met up with
Yeah.
Axies. Axies seemed like such a bro in the first interlude we saw him in like book 1. He was just checking out some
Checking out the Spren.
water sprint. But now he's doing some shady deals. Back alleys. Vizier.
Yeah, there was the Baxil was the one right after day 3. Baxil, what happened with there? He was basically, they were talking about the Azir being like, oh yeah, Axes was slamming his thumb.
To make some paint sprint.
Yeah, to look for pain spren and what's
Right,
it
because he's
called?
trying to figure out. Yeah.
There's an old myth that if you hit your thumb with a the hammer, and you'll get a special kind of pains for it.
During war.
And he's like, it's almost certainly a joke. But check anyway.
I don't. Frugimus can live a really long time. Mostly.
Yeah, they can store age in their metal knights.
Yeah, so it's weird that the hell would say that you only have 40 more years to live. No, live you. Also, big last
Yeah.
you.
Did you guys get what the bandages were on Baxil in that?
Oh, yeah.
interlude?
Have we seen Baxel before?
I think he's
Think
a new
so.
character.
Really? I thought I remember.
He's not one of the people made of bugs, right?
Oh,
Sleepless?
maybe he might be a sleepless. I'll search Coppermine and see if he comes up.
It's cultivation.
Or
He's
Harold.
a Muli thief on Roshar who is hired by Shalish.
Damn, this person looks like an absolute boss. Cultivation.
Oh, we have gotten her before. They were
Axel?
hired by Shalish to assist in infiltrating homes and palaces with the goal of destroying artwork that depicted her. I do remember that.
So many things.
So much. No.
Yeah, okay.
There's been like 5,000 pages.
The interludes are really hard to remember from the other books. There's like no context surrounding them, and you forget about them.
Yeah, so apparently, yeah, there was that one where Baxil was hired with some other person to infiltrate and destroy like images of Shalish in
Right.
palaces. And then apparently Baxil was like infatuated with her and wanted to be romantically involved, and then Baxil had a brief conversation with the other thief about the boons and curses of the Night Watcher and resolved to visit the Night Watcher. So maybe he's visited the Night Watcher as well. So Baxil might have something with that. I don't know. This has got to be side shit. It's not very important.
Yeah.
Other. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. The Odium interludes so far. Thoughts, boys. Thoughts on the Odium interludes. The Todium interludes.
Well,
It's scary that he's on like he's united both sides of himself now, and so he's at his max power. It's made it sound like
he's resolved now.
yeah.
He's not divided anymore. It seems at the end of this last.
And cultivation's like
Yeah,
that's it.
it's like yeah,
Mistakes were made.
and
Yeah, cultivation messed up, man.
yeah. So Terramangian is fully committed to
War.
taking over Readers. Yeah,
Because someone is gonna do it, so it should be him.
and he wants to do it.
Yeah.
He wants to do it personally.
He wants to be the one to do it. Yeah. His desire, his passion.
Yeah, the passion acknowledges it because it's excited about the
He's acknowledged that he wants
desire,
Yeah.
and yeah, his brain is excited about the truth. So he revealed.
Yeah. How do you guys feel the? Because he's been having a lot of what's it called, like all of his chapters have basically been him fighting with different philosophies. How do you guys feel that it's been written? Well written, poorly written, medium?
It's interesting. It's pretty short. It's pretty hard to get a lot to get invested in it and to get a lot out of it. So it never feels like he's actually going to be convinced by another philosophy. There's a sense of inevitability that it's going to be he's just going to go become Odium in the end, and it has happened. So yeah, it's okay. It's cool. If you're gonna make it lead to an inevitability, then you might as well make it short, anyways, right? So it's like those are the interludes.
I'm glad it's done now. I'm glad he's gonna stop fighting with himself. Get on with it. But I did think it was nice to see him struggle.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It was more to give Terravangian's good naturedness its due. before he becomes Odium.
Yeah, I think I agree. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I agree. It was too short. I thought, but maybe that's for the best. I would have liked like a bit more, like maybe like one more page for each of them.
Yeah.
That's
Odium.
that's about it for those.
You notice the chapter is crumbling as we go on.
Sorry.
You notice the chapter heads are crumbling. They're getting worse and worse condition, and they're starting to fall apart.
Wait,
Every chapter.
seriously?
Yeah.
Boom.
No way.
It's pretty awesome.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, is that the case? Or wait, let just. Oh my god. So they are. Wait, are all of them like that?
Yeah. They all get worse.
Is it getting worse? Is it really?
Yeah.
Man, it kind of gets to a point, and then yeah, it does look like it's getting a bit worse. Eh?
Slow.
Oh my god, what does that mean? That's so insane. What?
Yeah.
You noticed that? That's crazy, Kieran. Oh my god. Yeah, normally I don't even look at the chapter titles. I should start doing that more.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything good for our
Yeah, so Kieran said, I
protagonist.
agree. It's not looking promising.
No,
Yeah.
that does not look good. Does it do that in the other books?
No. It's only this
Oh
book.
my god, that's so insane, dude. That's so insane. I can't believe that's the case. Dude, this book's sick. Oh my god. Does it ever get better?
Not so far. I haven't looked ahead, so I don't know.
Not so far, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see like what because yeah, it is just progressively getting worse. It's the same but like with extra little bits. I'm trying
Yeah,
to find
it's like little
differences
pieces
between 50.
of rock coming
Dude,
onto the
even
ground.
differences between 58 and 60. Oh, I guess maybe it's just different breaks in the face. There's different faces on some of them.
All right, but now to real talk. The worst part about this segment was the lack of lifts in all 3 days.
And all of what?
In all 3 days.
No lift.
Are you? I can't tell whether you're being sarcastic or not.
I am extremely sad. And there's none in day 6, and that's why this book isn't worth reading anymore.
What is lifting? Lift is just an area you're chilling, right?
Yeah,
with
quick
lit.
lit.
Yeah, we do. I feel like we do kind of need some. I guess there's not really much happening there. They're pretty much just waiting for
There
Delaware
should be
to
like
get back.
one chapter on what's going on there.
Dude, this thumbs up on Discord. You guys hit something? by
Wait,
accident?
didn't Adeline get?
I didn't mean to. What?
Is it?
No, never mind. What were you saying about Alan? Didn't Alan?
Didn't Adeline like just at the end of day 5 get a message by Spanreed from one of his scribes that says your aunt says that she's doing all right, something like that. But is that referring to Navani?
Yeah, that's why I was really confused. I think it's
Wait.
Wit's impersonating Dalinar and
Oh, yeah.
and
Wit's
Navani.
impersonating them. Yeah.
Okay. But Kaladin knows that they went into the spiritual realm because he knows that Wade is actually talking to him. The one talking to him.
Wait,
Yeah, but
who
Wit,
knows someone's in
Navani.
the spiritual realm?
What?
Who knows who's in the spiritual realm?
Didn't Kaladin get the information that Dalinar and Navani went into the spiritual realm?
I don't know. I think everyone knows Dalinar, but not Navani. I think that's the twist.
Okay.
I think so. I think Wit's actually just impersonating Navani. Because they mentioned at some point that Dalinar's like gone away.
Still there.
Has gone away somewhere.
Yeah.
To try to fix things. But if Dalinar and Navani were gone, then
Yeah, it's interesting that we haven't gotten a perspective from the tower.
Yeah.
This entire time.
I don't think there's much like that Dylan said, but I think like maybe a little bit would be.
Do you think Odium is gonna attack the tower somehow at some point?
No.
Because there's
I think it's kind of already been like the tower is OP.
Yeah. Well, no, everyone's saying the tower is so OP that makes no sense at all to be attacked, which would be like, I don't know, it would be that would be one way of doing it.
But they're also like
One
pretty
place.
defenseless.
Yeah,
That's
there's no
actually true. Yeah, they probably will try attacking the tower. I think because Odium says there's a good chance that he'll conquer everything, and he wouldn't even if he loses. So
And Wick can't fight, right?
because he held the shard of something.
Of honor or was
the Dawn Shard.
the Dawn shard?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's gonna be some. There's definitely gonna be some stuff with Dawn Shards at some point in this book. Yeah, I am really curious to see if we get any information on Sigzil's transition in this book, or whether it's gonna be like a later thing that isn't referred to at all in Wind and Truth. Speaking of Sigzil, how are we feeling about Sig? He's that bit's been really cool, I thought, so far.
Yeah, cool. Looking forward to seeing more detail on it. It's been only had a couple chapters, but
he's in the next one.
Yep, he is in the next day.
I really like him destroying that new fuse.
With the the calculations of like how far away you need to be and how much impact.
Those are so OP when they came out.
Yeah. And he's like, they can be killed. It was the classic.
Yeah.
Can't be killed. Yeah.
Yeah, someone was running away saying they can't be killed.
Yeah.
That was intense, man.
Yeah.
And I
I got really excited.
I like the drawings of all the different forms.
Oh yeah, beware the posters.
Mm.
Yeah, those are cool. Find a radiant.
Yeah.
Do not engage.
Do not engage, find a radiant.
Yeah. Yeah, that war seems crazy. And now Thunderclass just came in and died, and they killed it.
Yeah.
And now it's acting as a bridge.
Do you guys think they're gonna win all their fights or lose all their fights? And if you think they're gonna win some, lose some, which ones?
Good question. I think they're gonna lose potentially Thalen City, is because it's the most primed to win right now. Because nothing's happening there and Jasmine is there. And they sent like a big bulk of their forces there.
Yeah.
So,
but at the same time, that's gonna be the conclusion battle, right? So like I think that that's gonna be one of the last battles that happens. So like maybe that's the one that they end up winning. Even though
they have to win them all, right? Right?
No, they don't have to. They just lose it to Odium.
So then just have half the world ruled by Odium.
Yeah, the only thing they don't have to do anything. They just have to keep some ground.
What's the point of the contest again? Because then
it's to divide the lands. That's one, and then who gets Dalinar? Which side?
But if they win the contest, what do they get in terms of land?
They get whatever they hold in the contest.
That's it though. But then so it's just Dalinar they're fighting over.
And the land.
But the contest itself isn't over the land because it's whoever is holding the land at the end of that.
Yes. Well, and I think there was Annie gets Alethkar and her dad's. She wins contest.
Yeah, he gets Alethkar and Herdaz, and then I can't remember what. Yeah.
So Dalinar has to give back Alethkar.
Well, currently Odium Alethkar and
sorry, I mean Odium has to give it back.
Yeah, he has to give it back.
Herdaz and Alethkar, yeah.
Then that makes no sense though, because why do they send the Herdazian to Herdaz?
Because he doesn't. The Mink isn't confident that he'll win the contest.
Yeah.
So he wants.
Right.
So that's why it was made that's why everyone was questioning Dalinar. But we already have one method of getting it back.
But if they win anyways, then he gets it anyways.
Exactly. So
either they get it or they lose it. Like basically.
No. If Dalinar loses, Herdaz will remain with whoever had it at the end of the contest.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a fight over it. The contest isn't who determines who gets that necessarily.
Yeah, the contest is when the contest happens, everyone gets exactly what they own.
feel like there was more to it too, though, than
And
this.
then,
Because then
and then
all Odium.
if Odium wins, he gets Dalinar,
That's it.
and I think he might get something else. And then if Dalinar wins, he gets Alethkar and Herdez.
That's it. Yeah, they reduced the terms down because originally Odium wanted to leave the planet and go into the Cosmere freely, and Dalinar said there was no way he would make a deal that would allow him to do that.
Yeah.
So then Odium reset the terms down to a smaller. But he just wants Dalinar to be able to send places to remotely control the Cosmere instead of him actually being there, influencing the planets.
Wow. I have a lot of that's like so much for them to just get Dalinar. It's weird. It doesn't seem like there's that much for him to lose, I guess. Alucard. I don't know.
Yeah, it was interesting. There's obviously some reason that Odium wanted Dalinar specifically.
I mean, he's a fucking bondsmith.
Yeah, yeah, he's really OP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's only leader. There's only like one or only a couple of bondsmiths, right? Only one right now? Only two.
There's two. Navani.
Giovanni, yeah.
But the tower sprint, you can't leave the tower, so that kind of defeats the purpose of that one.
Yeah.
You're using it for war. And then I don't know what's going on
You
with
can just feel,
cultivation.
she feels the AC in the tower. Yeah, that's it. That's her ability.
Yeah, and then I don't know what's going on with the cultivation with the Night Watcher. I guess someone could technically bond the Night Watcher as the third.
Yeah, so cultivation probably will go
Do you
to
guys-
someone and on them.
Do you guys think that the Stormfather is gonna live to the end of this book, or do you think he's gonna become, or the Wind's gonna take back over and become the third sibling?
I mean, the Stormfather is an interesting character. I don't really. It's a Stormfather just like so lame.
Don't do that, man. Don't do it. It's the only way.
Please don't.
Just don't do it, man.
He's like, please don't kill me. Yeah, because it seems like it's kind of like, because the Wind used to be the Stormfather. The Wind doesn't really exist anymore, and it seems like the Wind's coming back into existence. And I think that might cause the Stormfather to possibly die in terms of Spren death.
Well, yeah, they might switch.
Becoming something else.
He might still exist, but as what the Wind used to be, like barely a whisper in the land, whereas the Wind is the new power.
Yeah, yeah, not sure. Yeah, maybe
They
they
both
maybe
did this,
maybe
right?
he
It's just
get
about,
maybe they get Dalinar, but the Stormfather dies kind of, and so he's not as powerful because he loses his bondsmith abilities.
Well,
Dude, that could be. Yeah, I'm really, man. There's so many different ways this could go.
I'm excited, man.
yeah, this. I'm really like this is gonna be an epic ending. I don't know, it's gonna be
It's
crazy.
gotta be.
I guess we have.
I keep opening Reddit now, and there keeps being like these like not spoilers, but like Wind and Truth spoiler titles. Like there's Wind and Truth spoiler posts, but I'm not clicking in any of them. But you see the question, like the titles, and it's like some of these could be kind of spoilery.
Yeah. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, there's one Brandon Sanderson Q&A where he kind of spilt someone's POV that we're gonna get at some point in this book.
Damn. Well, I want to know.
Yeah. I won't say what it is, but the context behind it was someone was like, someone goes, who would be like the most interesting character that we, or like if we got a POV of somebody that we haven't got yet, who would give us like the most Cosmere information? And he's like, this character, and then gives like this like weird like side eye. And then the comment section of the YouTube video was Brandon Sanderson's face after saying X's name as like the thing after Wind and Truth.
Oh yeah.
So I think we get that character.
It'll be interesting to see if Zahel plays much of a part in the book too, or if they're just like having interludes for next books.
I think there's gonna be something concluding with Zahel in this. I think.
Because is he the best sword master?
He's been alive for a long ass time.
He He destroyed Kaladin, right? Like made him look silly. didn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, Zahel is pretty OP.
And he has a ton of breaths. He knows how to use his powers.
Yeah, it does kind of make sense that they had to, Basher's got to be imprisoned for the
Yeah.
contest. Otherwise, it would have been like, yo, why isn't Basher the fucking champion?
Yeah, why is he out here helping us?
Well, you think he would beat Seth?
Yeah.
Like-
Dude,
But Seth knows the Sturgis.
Dude, Basher's got so many breath. He's so powerful. Like, Basher's insanely powerful.
But his tricks with his like
Manipulating
cloth. What is that gonna do, man? This is
What
Seth,
do you
man.
mean? What's that gonna
Up on
do?
your cloth, man. like, like
Basher's
Seth's
the
got the
war
honor
breaker,
blades.
bro. He's the
has-
war breaker.
He has the ability. Seth has his division now.
Yeah, his division and the sword.
Yeah, Division's pretty OP.
Sword is really busted too.
Nightbot is broken. Although I think the sword would go back to Basher.
Yeah, he might. Sword's such a thing to do that. Oh,
Yeah, the sword is mean. Yeah, the honor bearer fights were pretty dope. I thought they were good. Well written for as ethereal and in
Yeah.
free space and weird as they were pretty easy to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting. Like basically Kaladin and Seth are on like a Dark Souls boss run.
yeah, it's like some
Yeah,
classic
true. So
Yeah.
true.
situation there.
Yeah. Like, we must fight, go to the 10 temples.
Yeah,
And it's like it's a perfect setup for a video game.
yeah.
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 Base East one.
There's got to be one that's like like a lightweight, like one that like faces his brain a lot more. It's like a psychological.
Yeah, the tests. He's
Yeah.
just carrying around this bag of swords now. He's back.
Mm.
Maybe one will be like a baby. He has to slaughter.
It's messed up, man.
That's pretty bad. The light weaver will just turn himself into a baby.
They all have the same skill as Lightweaver. So like jumping around and like Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to?
Do you want to chat at all about the chapter openings so far for these days?
What?
The chapter we've been getting so far.
Oh,
We had stuff from Way of Kings and Words of Radiance, and then there was some other stuff in between those.
Yeah, the day 5 ones have been no context, very confusing.
Yeah, I have not been reading into them that much because every time I have, I've been pretty confused. I feel like you'd have to tie them together with other books to get the full.
Yeah, it seemed like one of them was Hoyd talking to someone, or Hoyd asking for help from somebody, and then being like, "Fuck you."
It's like a letter. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like it was a letter from another god to Wit about helping. Because there was this one, I'm reading this one here, and it was like, now, these days it seems she and I are the only ones capable of maintaining any manner of isolation. I can tell you with absolute certainty she does not want to see you again. It has not been too long. No, I do not think it ever will be. Because remember, all the people that have the shards are the people that shattered Adonalcium with Wit. Or not all of them, but most of them. Some of them have died.
We're saying it's a
I don't know which god it would be. I'm not like super up to date on all that
letter.
stuff.
I don't know, bro. It's a little too, it's just too much. It's too much knowledge at this point.
Yeah, a little too cosmic.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys remember what the Words of Radiance ones were about?
In this book.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As for Valor, our dealings are none of your business. So Valor, I think, is one of the, what's it called? The shards.
Yeah, the Words of Radiance ones were about the Skybreakers. It was a passage on the Skybreakers.
Yes. Yeah, and how some of them were changing sides. Yeah, there was stuff with Zeth. I had some predictions for Zeth that I can't remember what the fuck they were, but they were related to all those. Do you think Zeth is gonna be a Skybreaker by the end of this? I think he's not. Maybe.
No,
I don't
No.
think Seth will be a Skybreaker
I hope
by the
not.
end of this.
That'd be really annoying.
Yeah, it's like everything about his past and everything in his past has made him forced to be a Skybreaker. By the way he's been taught and the way he's thought he had to go about it by following a higher power and not trusting himself. But Kaladin's going to break through to him, and he's going to trust himself, and that's the moment he's going to leave.
Well, I hope he already has, and because I think now it's going to convince him the other way really hard, and then eventually he's just going to snap on now and kill now.
Thinks he's going to kill Nail.
Nail, maybe not kill Nail, but like at least like I have a feeling it looks like he's gonna get pushed and swayed in that direction pretty hard, and then he's gonna snap back.
Yeah, although they do specifically say that some stay as Skybreakers anyways. So I think there might be some world where Seth kind of resolves his because he's not a Skybreaker for a good reason right now. But maybe there is some good reason that he can resolve himself to that still has him being a Skybreaker and following the oaths, but for a better reason. But I think he might need to grow a bit as a person between then and not be a Skybreaker for a bit.
Yeah, or yeah, he could start his own like sect of Skybreakers.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that. Anything else you guys wanting to chat about?
I think it's
Did you guys like the Syl and Kaladin dance?
Yeah,
that was good.
It's good.
That was he played the flute. Played
Yeah,
pure note.
yeah. Oh yeah. What do you guys? What's your prediction? What's happening in Shinobar right now? Like, what the fuck's going on? They've been corrupted by an unmade.
The voice is
is the voice
is
the
unmade.
unmade, or
I
is
think
it,
so. Yeah.
or is it one of those what's it called, like Ulam? Void spread.
Like a boyfriend.
Yeah. Or are they the same thing?
Well, the fact that it
He was
stays
able to talk to everyone.
the fact that it stays in Shinobar makes me think it's an unmade.
Yeah, it could be the unmade.
He's heard it his whole childhood.
And everyone hears the same voice on the honor bearers. So
Yeah.
and then yeah, Seth knows that he's telling the story of how he discovered an unmade was in Shinobar. So
Yeah.
it's all pointing to that.
Oh, that's probably why he became truthless.
He exposed the voice.
Yeah, he probably exposed the voice, and the voice is like literally their fucking god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be it. And then what do you guys think's going on with the Wind? The Wind needs its own champion. The champion of Roshar that's separate from Odium and Honor, it seems.
Yeah, so Kaladin is working to become that champion for the Wind.
Yeah, because
Would be fitting.
Yeah, because they've been hinting towards that, like, stuff on Roshar was there before any of the gods arrived. Like Adonalcium created Roshar originally, so there's a lot of stuff with other stuff. Dude, the whole Venli scene was so fucking sick. I love the Venli scene.
Oh yeah, Venli's a great character right now.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, we
the
haven't talked about
Venli
Venli
stuff was so good. Oh my god, dude,
Yeah.
the stuff with the chasm fiends. Oh my god, I'm loving that bit. Dude, the chasm. It's gonna be so hard when by the end of this book, and there's gonna be all these like cute chasm fiend plushies. And everyone's gonna be like, oh, they're so cute. And it's like so spoilers.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, the Chasm Fiends. Oh man, that all the stuff with the Chasm Fiends family and stuff, and like them working with the listeners and stuff. I'm loving that.
Welfare for
I
Radians.
cannot wait to get more stuff there. And then it seems like Venli's and the heavenly ones that defected might go help Sigil out
Yeah.
during in the
Yeah.
battle there.
Definitely, they're gonna need it.
But
And they're gonna get the
she's
Chasm
becoming the
Fiends to
champion of the
help them
stones.
too. The Chasm Fiends are gonna help fight too. That's gonna be so
Yeah.
Yeah.
sick.
They're gonna fight the
Oh man.
Thunderclass.
The Thunderclass,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh man, dude, I can't wait for that bit. I'm loving that bit with Bentley so far. I can't believe we almost missed that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one's exciting.
such a difference from the previous book.
Yeah,
I feel like we were getting. It took us such a long time to get Bentley going as a character.
it did. It really did. I think it was kind of necessary though for her character. She is kind of an unlikable character. Still, I mean, like she is her her faults are ones that like as a society we look down on really heavily, I think, in general. And yeah, so I think there's a lot of stuff with that, and that we have a lot of like preconceived
Yeah,
ideas
yeah.
about her faults being worse than other people's faults. Um, and so I think there's a lot there, and yeah, I'm still liking her bits a lot.
Yeah.
They're a lot
He was-
better now than they were previously, and I'm really excited to see
Definitely,
more
and
Bentley.
right to the point.
Yeah, it's like but it doesn't make sense. Like she's obviously grown as a character,
Yeah,
as a person, and the entire Rhythm of War was necessary to show that. It was probably it was not interesting to read at times, but
Mhm.
it's worked out now that it feels earned where she is.
Agreed.
But yeah, she's the champion of the stones of Roshar, the old
True.
gods. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yes.
Wind, fire, earth, water.
long ago, the four nations lived in harmony. Then the Fire Nation attacked.
The Todium Nation attacked.
Yeah.
I guess yeah, it would be the Todium Nation attack.
Only now can the champion
Any
return.
other? All right, boys.
Yeah.
Any other random predictions you got?
Random predictions. No, I think we had. Well, I mean, I think I'll stand firm that Adeline is not going to become Odium champion. I'm still convinced. I'm still not convinced, but I am. It's like 60-40 with me right now.
I'm not convinced, but I want to make that. I'll make that prediction for sure.
That he will become.
Yeah, I think Gavilar is going to play a decent. No, Gavinar.
Gavinor, yeah.
Gavinar is going to have a pretty big role, but I don't want him to at all. I don't want him to be in this book.
Gavinor's got to have some role in some purpose in being in fucking spiritual realm.
Yeah.
I think it would have been crazy if he like aged 30 years somehow in spiritual realm and then came to them. He just like I've seen some shit.
Yeah, what if he gets lost? What if they lose him in the spiritual realm and then like he shows up like in later books? Like he like pops up.
He's just like
what if
I've
Dude, what if Gavinor actually does become the champion and it's because he's traveled through the spiritual realm and he's like aged a billion years.
Yeah,
and then
he's
pops
seen
back
all
in.
knowledge.
Yeah. He becomes like the
And he's just been like corrupted by odium. That would be
Oh.
fucking so tragic.
Yeah, if they lose him and he gets tortured by the Spren again for like 1,000 years or something in spiritual realm, that would be messed up.
Oh my dude. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's gotta be something with Spren, invading the Spren.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm
And then
sorry.
he just wants to destroy the Spren after he comes out.
yeah.
That would be
Alright.
nutty.
That was good.
You guys got any last words?
Nope.
Anything we've missed?
Good.
I think I'm good.
All right, we'll continue reading. We'll probably do what, 6, 7, maybe 8. We'll see how it goes. It's probably 6, 7.
Hey, I read really fast that time compared to Karen.
True. Alrighty, boys. This has been
All right.
Books on Tap. We'll see you next time for more Wind and Truth as we go. Next one will probably be 6, 7, and then interludes as well. Peace.